Hello and welcome to A Girl, a Guy, and a Microphone. I'm a girl, Danielle Renee.
I'm a guy, Richard G. Pull it up.
And these are our microphones.
Mics.
On today's episode of GGM, we're going to be discussing our favorite music. What do you think about that, Rich?
I like that.
Yeah? All right. Let's get on into it after we take a drink out of these lovely cups. All right, so, let's just
what?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah. So, you start.
My start?
Yep.
Yep, starting. I'm kind of a classic rock guy. I like to listen to Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, The Doors.
Yeah. That's good.
Pretty much, I got like this, it's a really weird playlist I found on Spotify, where it's called Running Through the Jungle.
Ooh,
it's basically it's music that was during the Vietnam War.
Oh.
So it's like kind of like my kind of music, 60s and 70s like that. It's a great thing, man. I mean,
classic rock.
Oh yeah.
Classic rock is good. I like classic rock.
Yeah.
It's not my go-to.
Oh, it's not? What's yours?
Just take a wild guess of what my favorite music is.
Japanese opera. Right?
So close.
How close was I?
Not very close.
Oh.
I mean, based on everything you know about me, the basics, just like bright neon colors, 80s and 90s. Love everything about it. So, favorite movies are 80s. So, favorite music is also 80s and 90s.
What? I'm shocked.
Shocked. Yes. So, so 80s and 90s is my go-to.
Okay.
So, like, if I need to get, like, pumped up or if I need to, like, focus on what I'm doing, then it's 80s or 90s. But
nice.
It kind of depends, though, like, what I'm feeling. Like, it could be, like, 80s pop. It could be, like, 90s grunge. It could be 90s pop. Like, it just kind of depends. Yeah.
I got to listen to some 80s,
Yeah.
Because that was kind of the music I did listen to growing up as a wee little Richard.
As a wee little Richard.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
She'll be at Shakespeare in the Park this summer if they let him open.
I feel like 80s music, like when I don't know what people want to listen to, I just turn on 80s. I feel like it's a safe bet of like things that like, but maybe that's just me being selfish because I like 80s music.
Probably.
I was using the excuse of like, I feel like it's a safe bet that most people would enjoy it, but maybe.
Well, we have a confession here.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just.
You're confessing.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like most people enjoy 80s.
You're just confessed right now. She's really just like, I'm turning this 80s music on, y'all are going to like it.
Yeah.
If you don't, get the hell out.
And I feel like people need to, like, if they don't know it, they need to, like, I would like to enlighten them.
Nice.
About it, because it's so glorious. So along that line, favorite music, okay, so classic rock. So who's your favorite bands? Or favorite artist?
I'd go Jimi Hendrix right off the bat.
Number one.
Hendrix right off the bat with a bullet.
All right.
Also like Led Zeppelin, The Doors.
Okay.
George Thorogood.
Do you have a favorite song?
Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix.
He's got it. He's nailed it down to his absolute fave. That's
going to be played at my funeral, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Which could be soon, but anyways. Sorry to scare you guys. I know it's not going to happen.
Rich. Okay. All right.
I will say, though, that you mentioned about pumped up music.
Yeah.
I do professional wrestling theme songs. I mean, just all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Give an example.
Rick Denninger's Real American. I will pump that bastard so loud, man, that the cops will call me. Hey, turn that down, buddy. I know you're American, but come on, man.
So those are like, are these like, no, so are you telling me, because I don't know much about wrestling.
Yeah.
So are you telling me that there are like songs that are known in the wrestling world for like being wrestling songs?
Oh, yeah.
So enlighten Enlighten me and our viewers.
I will say back in the 80s, you talked about the 80s.
Yeah,
and
like
they
80s
did-
rock. Oh, I
There
love
was,
80s rock.
yes. Actually, 80s rock is interesting because like, in the beginning, Hulk Hogan used Eye of the Tiger.
Okay.
Junkyard Dog used another one, Bites the Dust, and you had all the weird classic rock and stuff. Then like they started to create their own music, the wrestlers, thanks to the World Wrestling Federation, and there are certain theme songs that you can hear like a certain, not even like the whole verse, just like half of the thing, you'd be like, oh, that's Junkyard Dog, or oh, it's Hillbilly Jim.
Okay.
And they got like these albums that they created for the wrestlers and
All
the
right.
theme songs.
So like standards.
Pretty standards.
I mean standards for the wrestling world. Like you guys listen to those.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then now, and you said that like people make them too?
They did, yeah. There was a guy named Jim Johnston that worked with the World Wrestling Federation, and he created a lot of the music.
How smart is that?
Well, here's the funny thing too: is Jimmy Hart was a manager. He used to be in a band called the Gentrys, so
Okay.
he created some music too. So when he went to a rival company called WCW, he created some of the theme songs for their wrestlers.
That's smart.
It is, and it's because of licensing issues too.
Exactly. Find a niche and then you like go for it and capitalize on it.
Could be a lot of money too back in the day. 'Cause
Yeah.
Thanks to Lars Ulrich. Thanks, Lars, for suing us.
Lars. I don't know who that is, but I'm on your side about it. Whatever it was.
The drummer from Metallica that wanted to sue everybody for downloading music.
Oh.
That feller.
That fella.
That fella.
Okay. So it's kind of like the sports games because like at sporting events they've got like some of the go-to songs like in like like college football games and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got absolutely. It's kind of like that's for pros, yeah.
And then you just put whatever.
Can you do that again? That was beautiful, man. I was enjoying that.
Thank you. And then you just like fill in the blanks of whatever your team was,
Yeah, because the Raiders have their own little theme song, the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, really?
It goes, dun, 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 dun. And they play that anytime they score a touchdown or a field goal.
Yeah.
And it's pretty neat. Yeah. So it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So you hear that song, you recognize it with the Raiders. You hear a certain song, you recognize it with the wrestler. So.
Okay. And that also reminds me of that, what was that song? Okay, have you, dang, speaking of favorite movies, one that I forgot to mention the other day, freaking Bring It On in the 90s. God, such a good movie. Have you seen Bring It On?
I think so.
So it's about cheerleading. So yeah, I know you've seen it. It's probably your favorite because...
Probably when I was going to sleep. I don't know.
But there's one...
Yeah, Bring It On.
There's one song in Bring It On that's like on at all of the sporting events.
Is that how it goes?
No, but like I'm drawing a blank, which is weird because it's like one of my favorite pump up songs.
Does it go Get Ready for This?
Yes.
No.
Yes. That is it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Of course.
Are you ready for this? Burr, burr, burr.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. God, such.
That annoyed the hell out of me.
90s jock jams. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I got that
had
CD.
The good ones.
That's some good stuff on there, yeah. And
Okay.
that stupid song.
So good. So good.
What the hell is that?
My cat and my parents' cat just got in a little tobacco, but it's fine. We digress. So my favorite artists.
Ah.
Okay, so my favorite like artists from the 80s, like go-tos in the 80s, I'm gonna say Duran Duran.
Okay.
Wham.
Okay.
Michael Jackson, of course. So those are like what? Phil Collins, Huey Lewis and the News,
Hold on.
Hall & Oates, Elton John.
Let me ask you something. Have you listened to anything but 80s?
Yes.
What have you listened to? Because
So then my other favorites or go-tos in the 90s, that'd be like, well, first of all, NSYNC. Love NSYNC.
okay.
That's like my boy band of choice.
I'm already bored now. Good.
Sorry, New Kids on the Block. You're definitely my second. But NSYNC for forever my love.
Forever your love.
Yeah. I mean, and then so then along Spice Girls. Good God, loved the Spice Girls.
That's what I said too when I heard the Spice Girls.
I said the
Good
Spice.
God, what the? Sure.
No, so good. And I had the Spice Girls dolls. I had some of the NSYNC dolls, but I think I had all the Spice Girls dolls. And fun side fact, I got to go see the reunion tour in Manchester, England, year before last. I don't know what year this is because
Really?
of COVID, but before COVID. Yeah.
BC.
It was a bucket list trip. Got to see him. Went by myself because nobody was cool enough to go with me. But
Did you make some new friends in England?
I did. I always make new friends.
Did you?
I love the English. The Brits.
I love the English.
The Brits are just the best.
I love the English. The Queen and all that stuff.
Yeah, the Queen, you know.
No, because I was gonna say, because like you went alone. I mean, that's England.
Well, I mean,
that's like going to Topeka, Kansas.
I travel alone lots of places, but
That's
I
cool.
have. So I was staying with some family friends. So she's like my big sister, and I stayed with her. But she couldn't go to the concert because she had twin toddlers.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a little rough. But I got to stay with her, and they went with me to Manchester to make sure I was safe.
Cool.
Thanks, Brandy and Charlie. Love ya.
Might be another subject too for a future video about traveling.
Oh
That's
my gosh,
interesting.
I could tell so many travel stories.
Did you have some fish and chips in England?
Duh, fish and chips are my favorite. And
Did they put in the newspaper?
yes. So Charlie is English.
English, baby.
Like Charlie is full-fledged English. And so he makes sure that when I come visit, I get
call him British.
I get all the proper food.
Proper.
Proper cuppa? A cuppa? Okay, anyway, so yes, Spice Girls, love them. But I also like, like 90s grunge. Like, we're talking like Nirvana,
Nirvana?
Yeah, I like Nirvana. I like,
Foo Fighters?
I like Foo Fighters, Pearl Jam.
So is there anything like in the 60s, 70s,
Oh,
50s you
I
listen
love,
to?
yes.
Okay,
So, like,
good.
growing up, I was an only child. And so, like, I listened to the music my parents listened to. So
Gotcha.
they listened to 50s and 60s. So, like, I could probably win a game show regarding music over the decades.
Cool.
Because, like, when a song comes on, I can sing it, generally, from any era.
We're going to karaoke after this.
We can test my knowledge on this. Maybe that would be a fun show one time.
Well, I won't. Yep.
To test my knowledge on
Excuse
name
me.
that song.
I'm going to pull out
Or are you going to do it right now?
my trusty pen here.
Always writing it down.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Writing down side notes.
Side notes indeed. And
So yeah, those are my favorites.
right on.
But if I had to pick like an artiste, like a number one, I don't know. That's hard.
Well,
But it'd probably be Michael Jackson.
I don't know.
Because he's like overall songs.
So he's one of those like
dancing.
with me with Hendrix. Any song that comes on the radio, you just tell everybody to shut up.
Exactly.
I'm listening to Hendrix.
Yes.
So you'd be like, shut up and listen to Michael.
Exactly. And like
Nice.
when I've had a bad day, and then I go along life, and then Michael Jackson comes on the radio, I'm like, okay, Michael, let me turn that frown upside down. I'll have a good day. Sorry about my attitude.
I'll tell you something about that. You mentioned about your parents listening to music and stuff.
Yeah.
My dad was a major old school country fan.
Oh, I love
I mean, we're talking
country as well.
Tammy Wynette.
Yes.
We're talking, Hank Williams Sr. We're
Willie
talking all of
Jennings,
them.
Merle Haggard,
Oh, yeah.
Johnny
George
Cash,
Jones.
George Jones.
So it's kind of funny, and I'll say this. My dad passed away in 2018. And I used to make a joke about him listening to country music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And of course, the COVID kind of situation makes people crazy. And I had one of those crazy little weird weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I just want to punch myself in the nuts repeatedly, and hopefully I can enjoy it.
That's an interesting
But I wound up, for some
thought to
reason,
have.
it wound up actually happening when Buck Owens died. It was
Okay.
the weekend of Buck Owens passing away. Or no, I think it was Kenny Rogers. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, for some reason I'm on my Spotify, and I find this like 6-hour playlist of old country. And it's funny, I just caught myself listening to it.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, I think my dad's way of saying, hey, everything's going to be okay.
Calm it down.
Just calm down, yeah.
Calm it down. Yeah. Music has a way of doing that.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that the other day, like music and smells and like things that just remind you of stuff. They have a way of like getting in you and being like, okay, everything's fine.
Especially if somebody rips one. That smell will get into you, man.
In it, all around it. Yep.
It's our last show. Anyways.
Lies. Maybe. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so Michael, because he's just like an overall amazing, fantastic performer. He can dance, he can sing, he can put on a show for the audience, like, amazing. But
it's great.
I also love country, and I'm from Oklahoma, so of course I love country. But I really like 90s country, prime country, but also red dirt country. Ooh, red dirt country.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No. Tell us.
Let me tell you. So red dirt country is like based out of Oklahoma and Texas because it's red dirt. Exactly. So, but we're talking, and this, to me, the way I describe red dirt country is it's kind of like a cross between country and rock, kind of, because it's a little bit, to me, like more raw.
It's
like,
kind of like a Leonard Skinner, right?
Well, like, no. Not exactly. But you know like how country nowadays is really like poppy sounding, you know, but like back in the day it didn't used to be poppy sounding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a little bit like CCR, like Creedence Clearwater.
Oh, love them. Love them, yeah.
Which there's also like other CCR, Cross Canadian Ragweed, which is a big red dirt country band. But like red dirt country, we're talking like Stoney LaRue, CCR.
I'm gonna listen to some of these.
Turnpike Troubadours.
Wow. Red Dirt Country.
Eli Young Band, Randy Rogers, and a bunch of them come from Oklahoma and Texas. Oh, wow. Tyler Childers? I'm not quite sure how to say his last name, but he's amazing. You got to listen to him. He's kind of, I don't know if he would consider himself red dirt, but he's like country, folksy, red dirtsy. And that's the music though. Like when you need a story, like that music tells a story. So like that'll hit you in your feels. So like don't listen to it if you're, you know, already sad.
I think I already will.
Or yeah.
My life is sad anyways.
But it's so good. Oh. You're right there, buddy.
I'm good.
Take a drink out of your cup. It'll make you happy. Look at those bright colors. Just so bright. For those of you who can't see us, we're drinking out of our Radiate Positivity glasses, which you can buy.
Some damn good Jack. No, it's water. But no, yeah, and Radiant Positivity, you're going to be releasing these cups soon, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, by the time this airs, they'll be ready for purchase.
Sweet.
Yeah. Get them while they're hot. Get them while you can.
Well, not hot, because I felt the...
But you can put hot. Did you know that? In these cups, guys, they're flexible. You can put hot or cold in them, and they don't break. They're eco-friendly, durable, unbreakable.
So I can throw it at somebody's head and it'll just not break. And
yeah, and it wouldn't hurt them.
Well, there goes the fun of breaking a glass over someone's head.
Well, it would definitely shock them into whatever you needed to shock them into. But it wouldn't do any permanent damage. So
Did you just bounce a cup off my face?
So I say go.
Well, yes, it's not glass. I'm sorry.
So okay. I say go for it.
Well, cool.
And then of course, like musicals. I love music, like music from musicals, as well as watching musicals.
I think the one I like the most is Jesus Christ Superstar.
So that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a very good one.
Man, my favorite musical. That's hard. I don't know. So many good ones. Singing in the Rain. Really love that one.
It's a good movie.
And it's classic. So many.
I cough because I'm on drugs. I'm just kidding.
Rich, we're live. We can't edit this out for the audience, so be careful.
Sorry, FBI.
Sorry,
FBI. I didn't mean to cause a stir. It's not drugs. I'm kidding.
So, and then like classical, I mean,
yeah.
I like reggae. I like reggaeton. I like essentially all music. There's not... Okay,
There's really nothing you don't hate.
Let's talk about the music we don't like.
Okay.
What music can't you stand?
Spice Girls.
Shut up! He's lying.
NSYNC.
He's lying. He loves them.
Do I look like I'm lying?
Do you really? But do you hate them, or do you just like wouldn't listen to them?
I wouldn't listen to them.
I know,
I
but
would
like,
not.
but if they came on the radio, would you?
Click. I'm going to the AM station.
Okay.
Listen to the news.
What if they came on the radio and you were at a location where you couldn't turn it? Like, would you listen to it, or is it like to the point where you'd be like, bruh, like rage out and leave?
I probably tried to pick a fight with a squirrel.
All
or
right.
some kind of creature around that road, man.
So kind of in the middle.
In the middle? That's.
All right. Okay. Man, that's okay,
Wow.
Rich. I feel okay.
I'm sorry, yeah.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right.
That's like you were talking about. I was like, okay.
I mean, we're supposed to be honest with each other, so I'm glad that you let me know. Is there any other music that you can't get down to?
Trying to think here. Probably new country. Today's country. I can't get into that.
Yeah.
Sorry, artists that are listening to this.
Yeah, because you know all those famous country stars are definitely listening to this.
You know who's a fan of the show? Lady frickin' Gaga.
Man, she will be. That's.
What do you mean she will be? She is.
We're going to make it happen by stating it into the world. We are bringing it into existence.
Get your ass on the show, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, please.
Come on.
Be a guest with us anytime. We'd love to have you. I like Lady Gaga. And let's talk about how she can sing, okay?
Yep.
So, like, she's got her songs and her pop songs and stuff, which are good, but they don't really capitalize on her voice. But when Lady Gaga sings at a piano, just her voice in the piano.
It's amazing.
Wowza.
I think her in A Star Is Born was just
Gosh, she was
real.
good.
Real and
she
raw.
was good.
Yep.
I agree. So that's the only thing that you dislike music-wise. Like you'll literally listen to everything except NSYNC and Spice Girls. There's nothing else that you won't.
Boy, you're gonna hate me.
Go for it.
New Kids on the Block. Don't like that kind of music.
My gosh, my heart is just
Breaking her heart.
breaking. Okay, so you're talking about like poppy. You don't really like 80s, 90s poppy.
It all depends. But bands like New Kids on the Block and NSYNC.
That's it.
Backstreet Boys.
You'll listen to everything else.
Yeah, I'd listen to cats yelling at me.
Okay. So the music that I can't get down to is like yelling music. You know, like when they're
So I take it you're not into death metal. You're
right.
not into
No, I can't do death metal. It's just a lot of yelling, and it's to me is like negative and aggressive most of the time.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot coming at me. And so I can't.
Yeah, death metal is coming at you.
However, I have been to like concerts like that before because I've had friends who
Really?
Yeah, I've had friends who have like dug that kind of music, and like I'm always down to go and to experience new things. So like I've been there, and I'd go again. It's just like
Did you get a mosh pit?
Yeah, there was a mosh pit, and I also crowd surfed because when in Rome.
Love this.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're there having a good time. You might as well.
You were throwing elbows in that mosh pit. And...
I mean, I got in the mosh pit very quickly, just to say that I got in the mosh pit. But like, I wasn't good at it, and I digressed pretty quickly, so I wouldn't get damaged. Guys, they get
damaged.
They get into it, and like you could get a bow to the eye socket easily by accident. So. You know, I had to.
That's when you get on the offensive, man, and not be on the defensive.
Yeah, but therein lies part of the thing of what I don't like. Like, I don't want to get in a rumble. Like, let's just be cash.
Because I remember seeing a band called Godsmack on my birthday.
Yeah.
at the City Auditorium. And that mosh pit was fun.
Okay, this reminds me.
That was like, so again, I was like, wow, this looks fun. I'm going to get into it.
You're going to do it.
And I got into it. Oh, it was great. Happy birthday to me. I punched somebody in the ribs.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Out of love, though, right? They
Of course,
care.
man, yeah.
They were like, they probably enjoyed getting punched in the ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, that reminds me of a funny story. In high school, some of my old school friends, shout out, you guys know who you are, they liked that kind of music, right? And so we went to, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the band, but we went to this concert and it had multiple bands, right? Well, there was one band there and they had this beautiful shirt. I thought it was beautiful. It was blue and yellow and it looked awesome. And I went to the concert, so I wanted to like take something home. So I bought this shirt, right? So I buy this shirt. I didn't really know much about the band, if anything.
Uh-oh.
And so I remember the day after I wore the shirt to school, and I was like,
I like this
I was happy about it, and I was like feeling like, like punk rock and like ready to go. Well, turns out it was like a Satanist shirt. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I am not a Satanist.
Yes.
I'm definitely a Jesus lover. So I didn't know this. It was pretty and it was blue and yellow.
Wow.
But apparently
and that's a life lesson right there.
It had some kind of like mark of the beast on it or something.
If it's too pretty, it might be Satanist.
Right?
Satanic.
Like, tricky little guys. And so I
women,
wore it all day. Didn't know.
That's great.
And then finally someone was like, dude, like, why are you wearing that shirt? And I'm like, it's a cool shirt. And they're like,
pretty.
Is it a cool shirt? And I was like, what do you mean? And then they told me what my shirt really meant. And then I was like, well.
Oh, dear.
So then.
Oh, dear disaster.
Then
Did you get suspended or did the school tell you something?
It was very covert. Like, you know what I mean? Like you couldn't really tell unless because like I couldn't tell. So like you couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
So it was covert. So then I went home and I felt bad. And I think I cut it up. And threw it away to prove my point.
And the whole time you're like, I'm sorry, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jesus thought it was funny. He laughed about it.
Probably, yeah.
He was like, this girl.
Look at this knucklehead. Well, I love this. Look at this shirt. She thinks it's pretty.
Yeah. God has a sense of humor for sure. So he was
absolutely, man. That one was good.
He was laughing on that one.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we should end on that.
So be careful, guys, when you go to concerts.
And by the way,
bands.
And let me say something about that. That's like some women I've known in my life. They're quite pretty, but then they can be satanic.
That is true, Rich. Don't head tilt point at me. At me? No. I'm a good girl.
She's a good girl.
I'm a good girl.
She's a good girl, but you know who you are.
You know who, and you better not. Yeah, come at me, brah.
Oh, wow, that was a weird ending.
Yeah. Is that how are we done?
We should end with that.
Okay.
Just totally end with us talking shit about a T-shirt that
T-shirt. Crazy times. Know what you.
So let's end it with this. Why don't we give each other a recommendation? And I think I've already done it.
Yes.
Because you've talked about Red Dirt Country.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is after this show and stuff, and after we record some episodes and get home and stuff, I'm gonna listen to some Red Dirt Country.
Good.
So
what should I listen to?
Well, I think you should find some professional wrestling theme songs.
Ooh, okay.
I will recommend Rick Derringer's Real American. You can listen to that.
Okay.
And that's something that you can watch and listen to. Well, you can watch it. They do have the video on YouTube.
Oh, then I'll for sure watch it and listen to it.
But no.
Done. All right.
Sounds good.
We hope you guys listen to it too.
You know what? If you have anything, if you're watching this on YouTube, you got any other recommendations? Hit the comment section below. No cussing. No cussing in those comments.
Keep it clean.
It's a Christian show.
And please don't be mean. Let's keep it happy. Let's keep it light.
Unless it's talking about me, then I'm fair game, kids. You can. You see, I'm fat. Go ahead.
Rich loves to make fun of himself. It's like his favorite pastime.
Better than baseball.
But also, let us know, guys, topics that you want us to talk about in upcoming shows.
Absolutely.
We would love to know, and we would love to talk about it. We hope you join us next time for Girl, a Guy, and a Microphone.
Goodbye and get out of here.
See ya!